Hello, this is Lacquerography, and this is my wish list for June 2024's Polish Pickup. The theme this month is cartoons, and I've already gone in and made a preliminary wish list, and right now I have 14 items sitting in that wish list, so I have a little bit of work ahead of me. If you're excited to see this month what I've got in my preliminary wish list, please consider giving this video a like. Let's dive right in and take a look at the 14 items that are currently in my wish list. The first item up is by Bee's Knees Lacquer, and this one is called Evolve Today. This polish is inspired by the informative cartoons that explain how to use your plasmids from the video game BioShock. This polish is described as having a sheer lime green base with glowy orange microflake shimmer. All I can say for this one is my love for greens continues. This one really does look different than anything that I've got in my collection already. I find that over the last 6 months or so, I just can't seem to get enough of green polish. I've been wearing it all seasons, all different varieties, all different finishes, and this one looks like a really beautiful kind of spring to summer green that I know that I would love and I think would make a really interesting addition to my collection. So this one is by Bee's Knees, Evolve Today. This next polish up is by Danny Viana, and this one is called Hit Susan. This polish is inspired by Yuko from XXXholic, and I hope I'm saying all that right. This polish is described as a light turquoise Crelly base with a strong pink to gold fine aurora shimmer and pink reflective glitter. Now it says here that there are only 400 of these available. So that means that there's a cap on this item where once 400 of these are sold, then the item is considered sold out. So for me, with this polish, there is just something about this kind of grayed out base that is really appealing. I can see myself being drawn to this polish for the remainder of spring. There's something kind of watery about it, so I think I would also be drawn to it in the summer. The murkiness to it, to me, also looks very fall, and with the reflective glitter and that extra sparkle, I might even be drawn to this one in the winter as well. This polish could very well be, for me, a really interesting 4-season polish. This really does look unique to anything I have in my collection, and there's just something about this one that the moment I saw this, it just totally caught my eye. Unfortunately for me, the inspiration really means nothing to me. I'm not familiar with this inspiration at all, but the polish itself is absolutely stunning. So this one is by Danny Viana, Hit Susan. This next polish up is by Cadillacquer, and it's called Neptune. This polish is inspired by Sailor Neptune. This polish is described as having a clear base packed with pink, orange, yellow, and green in extreme angles, aurora shimmer, and small iridescent flakes, and aqua blue reflective glitter. Now it just looks like there's so much beautiful sparkle embedded in this polish. This polish is actually a really early polish that I saw some spoilers for on social media through Facebook, and this polish caught my eye right away when I first saw it. There's something about this sparkle, the colors that are involved in this, and I love reflective glitter. I still continue to absolutely love that component of polish. There's just something about the quality of that undeniable sparkle that is really, to me, unlike any other component. I'm loving the idea of the shimmer along with the flakes, and then with the addition also of that reflective glitter. This just seems like there's so much going on, but it has, to me, kind of a delicate look as well. So as a really early polish that caught my eye, this one is pretty high on my wish list. This one is by Cadillacquer, Neptune. This next polish up is by Camellia Nails, and this one is called Little Mermaid. This polish is inspired by the Little Mermaid Ariel. This one is a solar polish that is mint inside without UV radiation and turns purple magenta when exposed to sunlight and UV radiation. It's filled with violet and orange iridescent flakes. And it says the stronger the sunlight UV radiation, the darker the polish gets. So it does continue on with the description quite a bit. I'll cut it off there, except to say that there are only 450 of these polishes available. So I do worry that a polish like this one, I know that this brand also has been selling pretty quickly through the last few polish pickups. If I do want to get this polish when the shop opens on June the 7th, I am going to have to consider shopping right away when the shop opens at 11 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time, with only 450 of these items being made available. Now, Camellia Nails is actually a brand that I've been keeping a close eye on over the past 6 months or so, and I have had the chance to purchase a few of their polishes through collaboration websites like Polish Pickup. I've been really impressed by their quality, and there's something about this solar polish. I don't think that I have a color combination in any sort of a solar or a thermal or anything like that that looks quite like this polish. I think that it actually matches the inspiration quite well. And this is actually a polish where the inspiration does mean something to me with the Little Mermaid. And it, to my eye anyway, I think that this polish matches the inspiration very well. This polish would be another really unique addition to my collection. So this one is by Camellia Nails, Little Mermaid. This next polish up is by Cleona Cosmetics, and it's called Still No Pickles. This polish is inspired by the episode Pickles from SpongeBob SquarePants Season 1. It says, "This is the ultimate pruggly polish. Still No Pickles has a murky relish base and is packed with pickle green to aqua shifting shimmer, green to violet shifting flakes, gold metallic microflakes to represent seeds, and a garnish of scattered holographic glitter." And there's actually no cap listed at this point for this polish, so that's a great sign for me. Now I have to say that the description for this polish, wow, there is a lot in this one, and for my eye too, this is another unique, spectacular green that I know I would love, and this just, again, reinforces my love affair with green. Green is actually one of my favorite colors in life. It's always been a favorite color of mine. Just over the last few years, now that I've been growing my collection of indie polishes, I just can't get over the way that makers interpret greens. I kind of love that this one is described as the ultimate pruggly polish. I also think that this one is also just pretty. It looks like a really brilliant, summery type of green. I think I would absolutely love to see this one in person. And just with all those different components, I think this one would be highly special and unique in my collection. Not only that, but Cleona Cosmetics is a brand that's very special to me. I am a Canadian, and this is a brand that is local to me. So I do enjoy supporting them, especially in a case like this, when I know that this is a limited edition item that is only available for this month's polish pickup. So all these things considered, this polish is another one that's pretty high on my wish list. This one is by Cleona Cosmetics, Still No Pickles. This next polish up is by Cuticula, and it's called Starlight Glimmer. This polish is inspired by Starlight Glimmer of My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic. Starlight Glimmer is a purple orchid base full of strong aqua green blue shifting shimmer. And at this point as well, there's no listed cap for this one. So that gives me a little bit of time to think about this polish. Now, to my eye, this polish is just stunningly beautiful. I've had the opportunity to see a couple of YouTube swatchers showcase this polish in their videos. And this polish just, it seems like in every lighting condition, on every skin tone, this polish really seems to be just a beautiful standout, one that flatters everybody. There's something about this orchid base that has just a freshness to it, and this really is a strong looking shimmer. I just think this one is a beautiful polish, and I think that I would enjoy wearing it. I'll have to take a close look at my collection to see if a polish like this one is truly unique compared with some others that I have, but it just is so stunningly beautiful. I'm really drawn to this one. So this one is by Cuticula, Starlight Glimmer. This next polish is by Danglefoot, and this one is called Oh My Glob. This polish is inspired by Lumpy Space Princess from Adventure Time. I have no idea what that is, but that actually sounds, I don't know, those words put together sound really hilarious. I kind of want to know what that is. The description for the polish here says that this is very much a chameleon polish depending on lighting and skin tone. Primarily a pink gold shimmer in a grayish base with light blue reflective microflakes, which can show as darker flakes when not under a light source. And it says, under flash, the reflective flakes glow bright blue. And there are only 250 of these polishes available. So that is a very small cap for this one. If I choose to keep this one on my wish list and purchase this one when the shop opens on June the 7th, I'll have to really consider buying this right at 11 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time as well when the shop opens. Now I am noticing with a polish like this one, first of all, the sparkle that's coming through these swatch photos here, the sparkle looks absolutely brilliant. I am noticing that I've got a little bit of a trend going here as well. Not only are greens catching my eye this month, but I'm finding that these kind of grayish blue bases with the warmer pinkish shimmer and sparkle, these are really appealing to me as well. I know that the Danny Vienna and also the Cadillacquer and now this one have all been catching my eye. Now, Danglefoot is a brand that I haven't had the chance to purchase from very often. Being a Canadian, one of the best ways for me to acquire polish is either through my own local stockists, my Canadian stockists, or through collaboration websites like polishpickup. At this point, even though we actually have a Canadian stockist for Danglefoot, I just haven't had the opportunity to purchase their polishes very much yet. So this would actually be a very exciting addition to my collection. It's beautiful, it's eye-catching, it's sparkly, and it's a brand that I've been really wanting to try out more often, and this is kind of a perfect opportunity for me to do so. I'll have to see how this one and some of the other ones this month are stacking up against each other, but this one really is so dazzling with all that sparkle. So this one is by Danglefoot, Oh My Glob. Now this next polish might just be my top pick this month. This one is by Dreamland Lacquer and it's called the Sea Haunt. This polish was inspired by a childhood favorite of the makers, Johnny Quest. And the description that goes along with this polish is that the Sea Haunt is a bright, almost neon teal filled with blue-violet shifty shimmer, opaque in 2 to 3 coats, dries to a satin finish due to the pigments used. Shiny top coat is highly recommended. And it actually kind of intrigues me here when it says that the polish is kind of a pain to photograph because it's so neon and brilliant. So it kind of continues on to explain that process. Now there is actually an availability cap for this polish at only 800 of these available. And that's actually something that I will have to, again, keep a close eye on, considering purchasing this one right when the shop opens. Now this one for me is trouble. I had a Casualty polish. Actually, I've only ever had one Casualty polish. It went through the washing machine and it was a Dreamland Lacquer polish, one that I managed to get my hands on when it was very first offered, Shake Your Shamrock. And I no longer have that polish because I, by accident, not that long ago, in a moment of, I don't even know, sent my nail polish through the laundry. And I have heard that this polish is actually considered to be a little bit of a relative polish, a related polish to that one, whether it's a sibling or a cousin to that Shake Your Shamrock polish. This one is very much a more blue or teal neon version of that brilliant bright lime green. I love that polish that I broke and lost in the laundry. When I saw that this one was being offered this month, I thought, you know what, this is my chance. I may not have another chance to acquire a polish quite like this one again. Anyway, I can't say enough. This one is probably number one on my wish list at this point. Hopefully it can fill that void left by my laundry accident. So this incredible polish is by Dreamland Lacquer, the Sea Haunt. This next polish up is by Garden Path Lacquers, and this one is called 1 O'Clock Boy Talk. This polish is inspired by Grenda from Gravity Falls, and it's described as a grape jelly base filled with purple holographic micro glitter and accents of pink orange shifting iridescent flakes. Now I've been finding for maybe the last year or so, everything that Garden Path Lacquers has been releasing has been catching my eye. And I've actually had the chance to buy quite a few offerings from Garden Path Lacquer. And this one, much like those, is catching my eye, but actually in a rather different way. For me, there's something about the base color as well as these incredible iridescent flakes. This combination just has my heart. Again, I had the opportunity to catch a video swatch of this polish on YouTube by a swatcher, an incredible swatcher, and just the pooling depth of this polish was out of this world spectacular. Over the last few months, I've been really drawn to this micro glitter finish that Garden Path Lacquers has been releasing lately, and this one with these iridescent flakes I think will be a really interesting addition to my Garden Path Lacquers collection. I'm really loving this one this month. So this one is by Garden Path Lacquer, 1 O'Clock Boy Talk. This next polish up is by Great Lakes Lacquer, and this one is called Trap of Love. This polish was inspired by Mystery Incorporated, and this one is described as a blackened violet filled with a red to orange to gold shifting shimmer and holographic microflake. There are only 600 of these ones available. And again, Great Lakes Lacquer is another brand that's been selling out rather quickly. They're a rather in-demand brand lately, and they're actually one of my favorite brands as well. I have several favorite brands, I guess, but this is a brand that, again, I watch out for month upon month, and this polish is another stunner for me. Something that caught my eye for this polish was just the depth of that base color. Many of my more recent purchases through Great Lakes Lacquer have been either brighter or just more simple shimmers, often lighter in color, a lot more pastels, I guess I would say. So a color with this kind of a depth and richness is really appealing. And it's a brand where I love their quality. I find that it works really well for me. I sometimes shy away from some of these darker colors because I am a teacher. I do tend to wash my hands a lot. I teach younger kids. And I've always been impressed by Great Lakes Lacquer's wear on me. And I would love to try this color out. I think it's really stunningly beautiful. It's a brand I love. So many great offerings this month. I don't really know what I'm going to do. I can't possibly buy all of these, but this one is yet another one that is very high on my wish list. So this one is by Great Lakes Lacquer, Trap of Love. This next polish up is by Painted Polish, and this one is called Ohana Means Family. This polish is inspired by Stitch from Lilo and Stitch, and this polish is described as a cornflower blue crelly featuring light pink metallic flakies. And again, there's a cap for this polish. There are only 400 of these available. Now for me, this polish is a significant sentimental pick, and actually not for a reason that you would probably imagine. Believe it or not, I've actually never seen Lilo and Stitch. I know, what does that say about me? That's something I've got to see, actually. But there are a couple of people who are very important to me in my life that often quote this line, Ohana means family. And for me, this is such a sentimental pick. This one, again, is one of my top picks. It is a beautiful polish as well. I know that I'd get a lot of use out of this one. It's a stunningly beautiful color. But more than anything, it's the Ohana means family. I know that I could pull this polish quite often and just think upon these two really dear people to me as I wear this polish and just keep them close to me as I wear it. So before I get too emotional about this one is by Painted Polish, Ohana Means Family. This next polish caught my eye right away for its unique factor. This one is by Paradox Polish, You Are One in a Minion. This polish is inspired by Gru from the Minions. This polish is described as a yellow, shifty orange to red shimmer that changes to a sunset orange, denim blue in the sun, gold metallic flake, and gold to lime, shifty iridescent flake. And there are only 300 of these available. For me, it was absolutely the novelty of this color. This was stunningly beautiful. In fact, it was bringing to mind apricots to me, fresh apricots, freshly picked off a tree. That color is something really unique to my collection, and these components in it as well, along with the fact that this one's a solar polish as well. Everything about this would be such a standout in my collection, and this base color is just swoon-worthy for me. Now, again, I don't know what this says about me, but I haven't seen this movie either. So my heart just totally goes out to these incredibly unique polishes. This one is such a standout in that way. So this one is by Paradox Polish, You Are One in a Minion. This next polish is by Psych Minerals, I Knew I Should Have Stayed Home Today. This polish is inspired by The Magic School Bus Explores the Ocean. I Knew I Shouldn't Have Stayed Home Today is a beautiful watery blue jelly with blue reflective glitter and iridescent blue-green gold flakes. Again, there's a cap on this polish as well. This one has only 275 of these available before it's considered sold out. Now, I've been keeping an eye on this brand for quite some time, and I haven't ever purchased from them. I love everything about the color of this polish, the fact that it's this really interesting, very sparkly looking reflective glitter polish. I think that this is a perfect opportunity for me to try Psych Minerals for the very first time. Also, I am a teacher, and the Magic School Bus is something that's kind of been a part of my life through my teaching career, teaching young kids most of my career as well. I just think this one is the perfect opportunity to try this new to me brand, finally. I've been looking out for this brand for quite some time. So this one is by Psych Minerals, I Knew I Shouldn't Have Stayed Home Today. This final pick on my wish list is by Stella Chroma, and it's called Sploosh. This polish is inspired by Pam from Archer, and this delicate peach beauty is highlighted by a green gold shimmer and holographic flakies. It is opaque in 2 to 3 creamy coats. And thank goodness there's no cap listed for this one. My jaw often drops when I just see a stunningly beautiful neutral polish option, one that I could wear for any type of occasion, 4 seasons a year, whether it's for work, for a fun party kind of occasion, for a wedding, for something more serious. When I saw this polish, it was an immediate add to wishlist for me. There's just something so special about an indie polish making something like this, where it's a neutral, highly wearable polish that I could come back to again and again. But yet there's that little bit of interest that only an indie polish maker can really give. I love the shimmer of this one. The base color of this one looks really very wearable and very elegant. And I know that I love polishes that are produced by this maker. I don't own a whole lot of polishes by Stella Chroma, but every one that I have, that I've tried and worn, I'm always just floored by the flawless quality and finish of the polishes. So this one would be a very safe and welcome addition to my collection, especially when it comes to something that I can wear at any time, no questions asked. This polish is by Stella Chroma, Sploosh. So that's it for my wish list this month. I've got some really interesting trends going on in my wish list this month. Some definite themes here that are kind of catching my eye, but also some really unique offerings as well. I've got a couple of neutrals. I've got a couple of really wildly unique solar polishes, lots of reflective glitter polish as well, some blues showing up here, a couple in the purple range as well. This one's pretty unique here, the Dreamland lacquer with its neon quality, but several here with that kind of teal and just utter sparkle to it. Oh yes, and I can't forget my love affair with greens. So I do have a whole lot of thinking to do before the shop opens on Friday, June the 7th at 11 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time. 14 items is a whole lot right now. Now, June actually is my birthday month, so if I do go a little bit over what I have in mind, which is kind of like 6 polishes, is kind of what I have in mind with so many catching my eye, I'll allow for me to treat myself a little bit in my birthday month, but 14 is still way too many. I can probably see myself picking up maybe one of the greens, one, maybe 2 of those sort of bluish, teal, steely colors with all that sparkle to it and the warm shimmer. Perhaps just one of the purples that are catching my eye. I'll have to see what happens when I get closer to the shop opening. I know that I'll be doing a lot of research, looking at lots of swatch photos and also especially swatch videos online as well. And I'm kind of wondering if you have any experience with any of these polishes or if any of them have caught your eye. I'd love to know your thoughts and your experiences with these polishes. I could certainly use some extra help narrowing down this wish list this month. So that's it for my wish list video for June 2024's Polish Pickup Cartoons. I'm wondering, are you shopping this month? What items are catching your eye? As well, help me out with my wish list. I need a lot of help. This is my birthday month, but I can't break the bank. Let me know all your thoughts in the comments and we can continue on the conversation. If you enjoy wish listing videos like this one, please consider giving this video a like. It lets me know that content like this is of interest to you, and I'll be sure to produce more content similar to this moving forward. In addition, if you like nail-related content, please consider subscribing. I try to release nail-related content as often as I possibly can, and by subscribing, you won't miss out on any of the fun. Thank you so much for joining me this month. Happy shopping. Hopefully I'll see you again in the next one. Take care. Bye.